life is good and it's as good as you make it. Happiness is a journey. It's goes on and on and on. It's not just a destination. You don't just arrive one day and you're happy. There will always be, you always want more when you get there. But my big advice would be to always serve others. In serving others, you're always, you know, making a difference in the world. And that's what we're here for.
It's the Health in the Real World podcast. It's time to start the show with Chris Janke as your host. Here to give you everything that you need when it comes to fitness strategies. We keep it simple and easy. It's your roadmap to get healthy. You don't need equipment and you don't need a gym. Just the right strategies to get you fit and trim.
Welcome to Health in the Real World. We're here today with Laura Allmen. Laura, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Great. Thank you so much for joining me. Real quick, can you give us a quick introduction as far as how you are doing with nutrition and mindset? This is some great stuff. Nutrition and mindset, helping people get healthy.
Sure, absolutely. So I study nutrition, and I've partnered with a company called Juice Plus that is basically whole food nutrition in a capsule. And it's a way to bridge the gap between what we're supposed to eat every day and what we actually do. Because what I've learned is we're supposed to be eating 7 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables every single day. And if we're being honest, I don't get that. So I'm guessing a lot of people don't get that. So I was super excited when I found a company that has vine ripened, non-GMO fruits, veggies, and berries in a capsule, affordable, easy to take, and it bridges the gap between what we eat and what we're supposed to eat. So I love that I get to inspire healthy living, surrounded with positive people who want to help others learn about nutrition, help themselves with their health, and grow a team and have fun doing it. So
Nice.
it also goes with, along with that, I've been doing some things on mindset and thinking. And I did a course called Thinking into Results and actually got a mentor. I don't know if do you have a mentor, Chris?
I do. I have a couple.
See, so I never
Yeah.
knew that, though I didn't know that those even existed and how powerful a mentor could be. So I actually got a mentor, started doing some mindset stuff, and learned how to set goals. I'm 54, and for most of my life, I'm pretty successful, but I've never really set a goal for myself. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and the goal was always take care of the family. And I guess I've done a lot of different jobs, but for me personally, to have a goal and to know how to do that was like eye opening. So I learned that there are 3 different types of goals. There are goals that you can do, there are goals that you can do with work, and then there are goals that you don't even know how to do. That's a C type goal. That's the kind of goal that we need to go for. You don't need to
Yep.
know how it's going to go. You just need to set it and figure it out and actually have a plan, have a daily method of operation, how you're going to do that. And stuff like that works. I mean, what we think upon is what we become. So,
Absolutely. I think that's so important to have those types of goals that are so big that you have literally no idea. And this is a good segue into what I normally ask people first, which is I normally ask them, what do you think is a good first step for somebody to take as far as going toward their health and their nutrition or exercise and nutrition, things like that, and just getting healthy overall? And I would say one of the first steps should be to get some kind of mentor. And this is the power of hiring a personal trainer like me, somebody like you who can counsel on nutrition and mindset. Like I said, I have a couple mentors, sort of coaches, right? And I started thinking of it this way. I think this is pretty powerful. You remember in school, right? Let's say like middle school, high school, college, you have a group of teachers that you're with for that semester or quarter, however long you're with them. And that group of teachers are it's kind of your mentors, right? So that teacher has this expectation for you. They have homework for you. They have certain expectations for you to do during class in order to achieve a certain result. And so I started thinking in those terms, like it works because they're holding you accountable. So a couple years ago, I reached out to a good friend of mine from middle school and high school, and he's now an MBA, and he has his own successful company. He's a CEO. he's just doing really well in business. And I reached out to him and I said, I need your help. Can you mentor me? And he said, I would love to help you. And so I pay him a little bit, and he's giving me a huge discount because we're buddies. But he gives me homework. He says, all right, this is what you need to do this week. And I do it, and he keeps me going. And likewise, I also have a mindset coach similar to what you were talking about, I think. But I think it's a great accountability. So I'm done talking about this, but I'm going to throw the question at you, Laura. First step for somebody if they decide like, hey, you know what? I really want to get healthy. I want to take that first step. What do you think that first step is?
Well, I think first step is you got to write it down. You got to have a goal. Write down exactly what you want. Do you want to you want to lose weight? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to run a marathon? Whatever the health goal is for you, do you want to build muscle? You got to write it down. And there's this thing called the goal card. I never knew anything about a goal card, but you write down your goal in a way that is in the present. So I am happy and thankful now that the weight is coming off me, or now that I have a mentor and I am being held accountable and I am, lifting weights every day, whatever that is. And you keep that card with you and you look at it throughout the day and you remind yourself. And when you have a down thought or a negative thought, you take out that card. No, I am happy and grateful now that. And you remind yourself and you work towards it. You have to have a daily method of operation, in my opinion. It's great. A lot of people say, I want to be healthy, and they keep going to McDonald's and driving through and eating junk food.
Right.
It's not enough to want it. You have to do it. So get an accountability partner. That's a great idea. Write down your goal and start working towards it. Little steps. Like Rome wasn't created in a day. You're not going to get ripped out abs, in 30 days. And everyone loves immediate, right? Instant gratification. That's the world we live in right now. But it takes work. It takes consistency. It takes determination. And we're all human. You're going to fall, but you got to get back up. So my thing is, write it down. Even have a vision board. Have you heard of that? A vision board?
I love vision boards. That whole concept is great. Yeah.
So you just get a picture of what you want to look like. Say, for you want to be fit physically, like with a trainer. Get a picture from a muscle magazine, cut out your face and put that body. And you look at that and you move towards that, as because our minds think in a way through their visual. So if you can visualize it, you can be it. Who has that song? I believe I can fly. If I can see it, I can be it. So that's part of the process, is visualizing things and knowing that, what, you're not perfect, you're going to screw up, but then you have an accountability person to say, hey, get back on it, stuff like that.
That's so true. A couple of years ago, I realized that I'm very auditory. So I started doing what are called mind movies, which is kind of like a vision board, but like a music video. So you kind of have to do a little bit of work up front. You edit in, say, like iMovie or something. And you pick a song that's very inspiring. You get a bunch of images, just like a vision board. And then you have your motivational, you can either say it as a voiceover. So basically you create sort of like a music video for yourself that's sort of a vision board with audio as well.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
cool.
pretty cool concept. And that song you're talking about, I Believe I Can Fly, I listened to that song every single race. I ran cross country and track. And before every race, I listened to that song just to get myself in that mode of
Awesome. I ran cross country and my daughter loved the sport of cross country. It's amazing.
nice,
Awesome.
very challenging. And it will definitely show you the mental aspect of sport, because every step of the way, you're like, I want to quit.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you get to the end and there's a hill and you're like, no.
Yeah. You're like, what?
Yeah, but you're right. Like, I believe running is 90% mental, because it is super easy to talk yourself out of running. Even now, like, I don't do cross country, I don't race, but when I am going for a run, I can totally talk myself in or out of the however the distance I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And going along, kind of circling back to what you were talking about earlier with coaches and accountability in general. When you're on a team, obviously you have a coach. The coach tells you what to run, what days. And then you have all these people who are counting on you, right? Or you're in the middle of a race. You literally cannot stop. Like there's the peer pressure of the social,
Right.
like unless you are about to pass out, you just can't stop. Your lungs are exploding. Not that that's the goal of fitness, but for people watching this who need that next level of accountability, it's like either, like you said, get an accountability partner who maybe is a peer, they're at the same level and they want the same thing you do. Or if that doesn't work, go one up and get a coach who has literally already achieved exactly the goal that you want to achieve. And again, that's why I went to my friend who's successful at business. I'm like, that's what I want. If you hire a trainer, make sure that trainer is already fit, has walked the walk, or somebody like you who's already consuming through your Juice Plus your 7 to 13 servings of fruits, vegetables, berries per day. And kind of, we have so much we can learn from each other, right? And sharing that knowledge, and like the whole analogy of like, I'm going to climb to the top of the mountain, I'm going to reach back down and help somebody up, and then you can do the same to that next person. It's powerful.
Yeah, totally agree. Like you look at your circle of 5 people and you look at your future. I believe we should always surround ourselves with people who are better than us. Yes, it's good to have friends that are on our level, but we're gonna go with what we're surrounded by. That's why I love Juice Plus Company that I work for. I love being surrounded by people that know more than me, by people that want to help me grow, and it's just fun to be in a group of people who want to push everybody up. Like you help people, they help you. And yeah, it's always good to just have people above you that know more than you, like a mentor, like a wellness coach. And if you can't do that on a one-on-one, then I recommend getting on YouTube. There are all kinds of great motivational speakers. There's Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins,
Yeah.
Joe Dispenza. I mean,
Yeah. Three
just
of my
great.
favorites right there. You're
I
you're
just love
listening, you're
them.
watching the same YouTube videos
We
that I am.
are. That's what, you learn from that. And if you don't want to work on the mental stuff, that's the hard work.
Yeah.
It's the mental stuff that's hard. And you learn more as you do more, and
Yeah.
love it.
Every time I watch Joe Dispenza, my brain explodes. I'm like, wow, I thought deeply about this stuff, and it's just like like
Yeah.
next
And it's
next level stuff, right?
scientifically proven how your
Yeah.
brain reacts to like learning new things and gratitude and serving others. It's just, yeah, it's if you knew, I think if a lot of people, myself included, knew how powerful our mind was and how powerful our thoughts we'd be really careful what we're thinking.
Exactly. Yeah. Are you familiar with Emoto? I don't know if that's his first name or his last name. He's Japanese, and they did a study on water, and they wrote different words on the container that the water was in,
Okay.
and then they said different words. They said that word out loud, and then I don't know what the measurement tool is called, but they use some sort of measurement tool to see the crystal shape. When you look at an icicle, they almost look like little icicles.
Yeah.
The Depending on what words were either written on it and said verbally to the water, it would form a different crystalline shape. And basically, the two words that were the most powerful and created the most beautiful symmetrical shapes in water was love and gratitude.
Yeah.
And then there were other words, if you say like you're stupid, you're da da da, all this bad stuff, the water like shrivels. It just like you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out,
Right.
oh, that's ugly water. It's all like, and then you say positive, uplifting thing, and the water literally changes. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the evidence that this stuff actually is legit, right?
It is legit. Gratitude has so many health benefits. Got to find something to be grateful every single day. And there's universal laws too. For every bad, there's good. The law of polarity, the law of attraction, like all this stuff really, really works. All successful people do it. So I think I want to be successful. You obviously want to be successful, and you got to look to other people and other mentors and people who have gone before and done it to help you do it and keep you focused.
Yep, absolutely. So Laura, we're wrapping it up with the last question. The last question, we're going to go really big picture. We are talking principles and different kind of strategies that you've used in your life and different things that have served you throughout your life. Let's say you are called by a university to give the speech at the graduation. What kinds of or what kind of motivational talk would you give to these graduates, these 21, 22-year-olds who are just starting their adult life?
Well, I would say, congratulations on your great accomplishment. And, life is going to be awesome. And you got to choose your friends, choose the people you're going to surround yourself with, and always have a positive attitude. Be generous to people, have gratitude, and no matter what happens to you, always look for the good, because there's always good in everything. You can find something good. And I just think, I don't know, that's hard to put me on the spot to give a motivational speech, but you can do anything you set your mind to. I have a Christian background too, so I would say you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And you just have to decide to do it, and you have to stay the course and know that there are going to be times when things aren't going to go your way and you're going to get off the course. But when you have the right group around you, they can help you get back on the course. And life is good, and it's as good as you make it. Happiness is a journey. It's goes on and on and on. It's not just a destination. You don't just arrive one day and you're happy. There will always be, you always want more when you get there. But my big advice would be to always serve others. In serving others, you're always, making a difference in the world. And that's what we're here for. We're all created to make a difference in the world, to live out our plan and purpose. And I think it's by serving others and having a grateful attitude.
Well, Laura, thank you so much. How can people get a hold of you? Website, social media?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook as Laura Allmen, and on Instagram, it's Laura All 66 Believe and Achieve. I'm on LinkedIn, and then I do have a website for my business. It's www.allmen.juiceplus.com. So yeah, if you want any information on health and nutrition, I'd love to help people with whole food.
Great. Well, Laura Allman, thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining me today on Health in the Real World.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Health in the Real World show. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Visit mycorebalance.com to learn more.